I tried Good Chop, so you don't have to. Hey guys, this is Julez. Welcome to my second channel. While I'm getting ready to do some recording stuff and getting ready to get my live together, I wanted to talk to you guys about Good Chop because I am currently trying to find a really good subscription produce box and a really good subscription meat market type box that also includes seafood. Now, when we moved, the one thing I really miss about the area that we came from, and it's honestly like the only thing, because we still have a lot of things to explore, different restaurants, different places to see where we live, but to get to a good grocery store, shall I say, that has a glass display of steaks and seafood and chicken and all kinds of other things, I have to drive like 45 minutes. Where we moved from was only about 15 minutes outside of Fort Worth. And in my little area, I had a neighborhood market Walmart, two ginormous supercenter Walmarts, a small Kroger, a ginormous marketplace Kroger, and a giant super HEB, all within less than 7 minutes of like a little circular round trip. I was very spoiled to organics, to a lot of different options, fresh options, things that were literally delivered and put behind the glass on ice and sold to you the exact same day. I loved the options that I had there. So I'm trying to take up for the fact that I don't really have that here. I have a Walmart, I have a Kroger, I have an HEB, and even with those same types of stores, because of where we are, it being a smaller town, the options here are not as good. Smaller population, they don't really care as much about what the stores have to offer in way of better variety. We just know that's how it works. Now, we ended up getting a medium box with Good Chop, and they are a subscription service where you can sort of do like you do with those other like meal subscription boxes, pick the amount of servings technically. Well, we ended up getting the medium box, which is in between 9 to, I believe, 14 pounds of meat or sides. They have like sides and stuff too, but I'm not going to waste my money on some expensive mashed potatoes whenever I can just actually take some real potatoes and do it myself. What I wanted this for was their selection, because they have steelhead trout, wild caught rockfish, sablefish, better known as black cod, even Wagyu, grass-fed top sirloin steaks, lamb chops, prime pork ribeyes. They have a 3-pound bag of chicken wings that they offer, and then regular top sirloin steaks. Everything that I just read to you is what I received with my very first box. Now, the problem, honestly, and this is just me, but still I'm trying to find the pros and cons, which is why I'm still looking for a good subscription box. This ended up being $658. At first I was super excited and I was like, okay, maybe that's not really a big deal because it's got to be better. And it was a lot fresher. The steaks, no matter which cut they were a hell of a lot more tender than anything that I normally would get at like a Kroger. I do have to say that the Wagyu steak that we got was really disappointing. Maybe I just don't know how to really cook Wagyu. I've never really had it before. I did look it up and I know how to cook like a son of a gun. So I don't know. Maybe it just wasn't cooked the right way, but I felt like it was nothing special. The problem I had is that when it got here, there were issues with the packaging on the meats themselves. One of the pieces of fish inside of the bag had lost its seal. We also had one of the steaks had also lost its seal, so the plastic was really loose around it and there was air inside of it. Then the chicken wing bag had a bunch of just like weird little cuts all over it. Like they had been frozen together and then like forcefully moved around, and then the plastics all sort of like had holes and stuff in them. So that was really disappointing because that's telling me that your packaging really isn't very secure. And this is the first impression that I'm getting. And I've got a piece of fish, a piece of steak, and some chicken that all have problems. That's a problem for me, especially with this being after a $50 first box discount, $158. Now, I will say the 6 cuts I actually chose were the trout, the rockfish, the black cod, the lamb chops, the grass-fed top sirloin steaks, which is a 4-pack. The lamb chops are a 4-pack as well, and all of the fish are also a 4-pack. The Wagyu steak was a 1-piece 8-ounce. Then I also paid $9.95, I believe, for 2 of the prime pork ribeyes. I usually stay away from pork, but it being a prime pork ribeye from a USA-based ranch style company, I wanted to go ahead and give it a try. The 4 5-ounce top sirloin steaks were another one that was a freebie. And then we also got the chicken wings, obviously, because it had holes in it. The thing with the chicken wings is that they were so freaking little. And I know that we were going with no antibiotics, no GMOs, like none of the extra stuff. But when I tell you they were like tiny, they reminded me of quail wings. Because I used to cook quail quite a bit way back in the day because we had a lot of it. And it was just really tiny. So maybe I've just gotten really used to the size of these other. Wow, Winky Winky, this is what you're doing for real. But like I said, the steaks themselves were really, really soft, really, really tender, no matter how I chose to cook it. Even if we did it on a grill, if we did it in a pan, if I cut it up and used it for omelets or for fried rice or anything, super, 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 super soft. The lamb chops were really, really good. Not gamey at all. At least with the way that I cook it, it doesn't come up gamey. Definitely a different flavor, but definitely not gamey. And the fish was really, 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 really good. So I was actually really, again, disappointed that I had all the packaging issues because it all ended up being really good. But the good part, I will say, about Good Chop is that when I sent them photos of everything and showed them the problems, they gave me every cent that I just paid back in credits. They didn't put it on my card. They gave it to me in credits so I could use it for the next month's box. So I decided to go ahead and give them a try. Go ahead and do one more box with these credits and see if I have any other issues. Now with this one, I ended up getting the boneless, skinless chicken thighs. We use chicken thighs over chicken breast in this house any day of the week. We got the St. Louis pork ribs, which coincidentally, I'm cooking right now as I'm recording this video. Then we got the grass-fed ground beef. We got the stillhead trout again, the lamb chops again, the grass-fed top sirloin steaks again. The grass-fed ribeye steaks were probably the softest we had out of both of these boxes. So good. And then even though the chicken wings were teeny and they had a freaking hole in the bag, we love chicken wings. I cook them 3 different ways if I have to because we all have different flavors that we like. And we absolutely love frying chicken wings, having different flavors of chicken wings. It was no issue to go ahead and try them again. I really was hoping that we also didn't have packaging issues this time. I was hoping it was a one-off. So I waited and the box got here. And the damn chicken not only had issues with the packaging, holes in the packaging, they were in the exact same pattern as the first one. The exact same pattern as the first one. So that tells me again that on almost every single genre, I guess, every single variety of meat here that I have looked at, from fish to steak, to the chicken wings, to now the other poultry that I'm trying, which is the chicken thighs, there is packaging issues with multiple of their packaging. And that was it for me. I really, really appreciated the customer service. I really, really appreciated how quickly they gave me my credits. And I gave them the proof. So don't think that you can just say, oh, I have issues, blah, 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 whatever. No, I showed them the exact proof. Everything was still rock solid, straight up out of the box. You could see the cuts on both sides. Linky, can you chill out? You could see the cuts on both sides of the chicken thing. You could see the air. Stop it, Linky, Linky. But even with good customer service, if the continued problem is a problem and it's a pattern and it's something that is affecting me a month later, and the packaging has the same holes in it, that's an issue for me. How many thousands of units of that chicken do y'all have going out to people that you know you're getting reported to, by your customers for there being holes in the packaging? There's no way that I, myself, magically got the only 2 that have holes in them and the freaking patterns are exactly the same. There's just no way. So even though I ended up getting the $156 back in credits, I'd still technically spent $156 on quite a bit of meat. I mean, getting the 2 boxes together for $160, yeah, I could say that was a freaking fantabulous deal. And I still have a whole bunch of it left. And it's been 11 days since my last box got here before I canceled it. Because again, we've got the pattern. of bad packaging, and I don't like it. I don't like it. I understand mistakes can happen. I understand things happen. But when the first impression is you've got 3 different packages with issues, and then the second box comes in over 30 days later, and the same packaging has the exact same pattern of issues, I cannot put my trust in to the way that you do things anymore, because where's the quality checks? Where's the quality checks? Are you trying to tell me that like a machine is picking these meats and putting them in the boxes and the machine can't tell that there's holes in the packaging? Because that's sort of what it's giving to me. Now, again, the quality was good. They had really good flavors. I feel like it's really, really fresh, but having 2 different boxes come in with issues in both boxes was just too much for me. But like I said, I am still trying to find, ooh, hello, Boomy. I am still trying to find a good box. I'm trying to find a good meat box. I'm trying to find a good produce box. I would like one who has better packaging. I mean, seriously, look at the way the last box actually got to my door. Absurd. Okay, I have to go finish getting ready. I have so much to do. If you guys have recommendations for subscription boxes to produce or meats or anything when it comes to groceries that you've had good luck with, let me know down in the comments. Maybe I'll give them a try. Thanks for watching. Like, share. See y'all.